Hey, everybody, welcome to the Bad Iron Podcast. This is a one off episode that I'm doing. It's not going to be about sports like the rest of them have been so far. I'm with three of my best lady friends from Kansas City. We went to the game or watched the game last night. Watched the Kansas City Chiefs beat up on the Baltimore Ravens. These are Chiefs fans, Kansas City people that are just the salt of the earth, and I love them so much. I've got my wife Beth with me. I also have Dana and Jennifer with me. So we're going to just wing it. We have no script on this podcast. We are going to go wherever the night takes us. This is the evening of Friday, September 6th. We may or may not have partaken in a few beverages at the pool today. Had some great steaks for dinner, but we're all super happy after this amazing Chiefs game last night over the Ravens, and we all watched it together. We were having a great time. Chiefs obviously won the game by 7. It was close at the end. You all probably saw it with the toe on the line. But I'm just going to start. Let's start with what your all's thoughts were on the game. Just go.
You wish you were us. Winners.
Who's not jealous of the Chiefs right now?
But we're not the Patriots, so not yet.
We're not coming off that pedestal yet.
All right. What'd you all think about Travis Kelce's other half at the game? We love her, right? Is she part of the family?
Yeah, but I'm super pissed off she wasn't sporting the Chiefs gear. She looked hot as shit. It was great. The look was on par. But what was with not wearing any?
I have a thought.
Okay, go.
What do we got?
My opinion is that she wore the tiniest jean top she could wear to disprove the pregnancy rumors. Because there's a lot of
Beth.
I saw that.
There's a lot of rumors out there about her gaining weight around the middle. So she wore something that basically showed how teeny tiny she is up top.
I like it.
No belly. So basically saying, okay,
I'm here. I have my cocktail in my hand.
I'm drinking an alcoholic drink and a
Little vodka cranberry. Vodka cranberry.
So anyway, I mean, there's some terrible stuff out there about her looking.
Damn, you're a detective.
Is this from her concerts? They're saying she
Yes.
looks poofy in her concerts.
Yeah,
Could it just be bloating? Like she's eating food from other
maybe she's
countries
having
or
a
whatever?
period like a woman does, and maybe she's got a little constipation.
Well, it is Red Friday,
Oh,
so
stop it.
yeah, I mean, it could be.
Constipation or bloating. That happens.
It's real.
But anyway,
It's a real thing.
so
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
she had her red lipstick on.
but she,
That-
but no
That's
Chiefs
cool.
on. You're right. Not even earrings, bracelet.
Andy, I'm
Nothing.
pissed. I'm pissed
Give
about it.
her. Let's send her. How can we send her some of our cutesy earrings?
oh, you don't think that every
Really?
shop in town?
Everybody's sitting there. And where are we going to send them?
Actually
Are
trying
you just going to send them to Nashville, care of Taylor Swift, or does anybody know where she lives? Or
New Jersey.
she lives wherever she wants to live. I think she lives on the moon because she could live wherever she
Yeah,
wants to live.
actually, she has a
She
house
has
down
a
in
place in New Jersey. Yeah.
And then
Like
I
a-
just put Travis here in town, but
Yeah,
we
I think
obviously
they're around
don't
out
know.
Lake Lloyd area. They've got like some sort
It's
of
like
gated.
new. It's new Leewood, so it's somewhere between like 106th and 135th.
All right, people, if y'all listen, y'all can go stalk on Google Earth right now. See if you can see Travis, and maybe Patrick will show up. Patrick shows up
Right.
to the house, I'm sure.
You-
Patrick and Britt.
Yeah, I mean, let's let them live their lives and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
True that.
Have
I don't
some
wanna
babies
stop
I'm
them.
not. We're not jealous of their billions
But
of
I would
dollars.
like to meet Taylor, or Patrick, or Brittany, or Travis. I mean,
Remember when you met that one chef that you were so excited to meet, and she was horrible to you?
So many.
You don't want to meet your favorite people because they'll disappoint you.
Exactly.
That's a
She had
thing.
her-
It was
like,
the Ann gal.
stomped
Whatever
on
the
the
Ann
floor.
gal was.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
And but what is her?
Anba?
The
White
spiky
hair.
hair.
Yeah, I don't remember.
And Jen was so excited to meet her, and she went up to her, and she was a complete
She was
bitch.
me.
Well,
And she
that's-
said I was obnoxious, like cattle. I mean,
She said that to
Yeah.
you.
You can't be obnoxious. You might be depressing, but you're not obnoxious.
so excited to meet you. I'm handing her the book to
Uh-huh.
sign. She's like, "Oh my God, so obnoxious." And I,
Oh, that's lame. Well, at least we've all been. How long? So we've been Chiefs fans for a long time.
Yes,
How long have you been a Chiefs fan, Dana?
I moved to Kansas City in 1994, so that is 30 years
So
ago.
30 years. Boom.
30 years ago.
Through the bad times, through all the crappy.
I believe I probably the dumbass I almost married, his family had season tickets. So I can remember like a Denver Broncos heartbreak story. Like I'm gonna go that it's probably like 96. And I was crying back in the day.
You cried when we lost?
Yeah, we did like
That's a lot of crying.
Yeah, it was a lot of crying.
We lost a lot.
Especially with
We lost a lot.
We lost a lot in those years. And then I met Jen and Lynn, and we started probably going in like early 2000, 2001,
Going to the games?
Yeah, going to the games.
Yeah, 23, 24.
And I've sat in club seat level stuff. I've sat in high dollar tickets down low, cheap shit up high, and
whatever it took.
whatever it takes.
In the stadium?
Go.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And
Well, you guys are the reason why Andy fell in love with Arrowhead and the experience of tailgating. And it was like he was a Green Bay Packer fan. And we brought him here for an Arrowhead experience, and it totally turned him.
I was a Packers fan. I came.
South, and you were a Packer.
Well, that's because Randall Cobb played at the University of Kentucky, which is my alma mater. He's one of my favorite players. He went to the Green Bay Packers. So I had a Cobb jersey, wore the Cobb jersey to the Chiefs game in Arrowhead when
the very
first game I went to.
Yeah.
Slightly remembered you.
You slightly
remembered you. I was like, who's this?
Well, you remembered who's this schlep with my friend
My friend.
wearing a Cobb jersey, not even wearing Chiefs gear. I was like Taylor Swift, not even wearing the Chiefs gear back in the day.
I did. I was like, who's best new friend? Like
You probably still think that today.
And I was not invested in
Yeah.
I was not invested.
Well, that makes me feel a lot better. Well, it should take a minute. That's why. Oh, well, that's why you all are such good friends, because you care about your friends, and you're like, I'm not gonna let you just come in here and take over.
My friend
Over.
was got a back.
That's right, and not vet him out.
So did you burn it?
Got to vet him out. I don't have that Cobb jersey anymore. You asking me?
Yeah.
I still have the Cobb. Oh, maybe I have it, but it's hanging in the closet somewhere.
Okay.
But no, I
Way in
have
the back.
all Chiefs gear. That's basically all I have to this day. But anyway, if you've never been to a Chiefs game at Arrowhead, aka G-Haw Stadium or whatever they call it, yeehaw,
G-E-H.
sorry, GEHA.
Health Association.
I'm sorry. Are they a sponsor for you? Do you work for them? Okay. Yeehaw! That's what I call it.
Yes, government employees.
All these years we didn't know
Health
what it meant.
Association.
I thought it literally was Yeehaw. Let's go.
Thank God somebody has a job and somebody has some.
I'm sure G-Haw employs a lot of people, and we love them. But Arrowhead is still has the guts and the bones of and the meat and the fat of the goodness of what is Arrowhead Stadium, and is still the loudest place I've ever been. But you know what? The burn-ins are pretty good. It's the burn-ins of the Midwest. It is. And Andy Reid would appreciate that.
The best part.
It's the pork
Yeah,
butt.
you pull out the good stuff. You pull out the good stuff. It is. It's really the good stuff, and I love it. And well, we can stop talking about the Chiefs, but they are the best thing that's going on in Kansas City right now.
Thoughts on the game, though?
Oh, you have thoughts about the game?
I have one question about the toe on the line at the last whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the feedback out there in the world? They were saying that was because I even
depends
saw
on who you
something
rooted
that,
for.
The quarterback for the Ravens, what's his
Jackson,
name?
Lamar Jackson.
Like fucking cheaters. They got away.
Yeah,
with
like,
it.
I mean,
Who gives a fuck
And
about
even
this?
Lamar said, I don't believe it was.
I thought it was a touchdown.
It was a touchdown. I threw that
he's a
2 feet
moron.
in. So, okay, so how do you I mean, what's the point of even commenting if it's on video and it's there?
Yeah, it's
That's
there.
the
We
thing
can
about
see it.
football today. It's clear for everybody to see. the toe was on the line. I mean, it's
So
clear.
why waste your time then spewing your?
I think it was a lot of it that they were.
Oh.
It was reaction and emotions, and Lamar Jackson's comments were pretty closely after the game, as well as Lively, the guy
Yeah.
who caught the
Yeah.
ball and had a great game
Yeah.
against us.
He did.
He was, it's emotions after the game. I mean, the testosterone's flowing, and you just
Well, but what
say
you,
what you
okay,
hear.
you said it at the game last night. You're like, they're gonna get this. They're gonna go for two, and they're gonna kick our ass, and we're gonna lose.
Beat us by
Preparing
one.
to lose. We were prepared. Well,
We
yeah,
were.
they were.
We
gonna
I
were
lose.
was
racing
because
ourselves.
how do the Chiefs normally win under Mahomes? They win when Mahomes has the ball at the end of the game.
True.
But the Ravens had the ball at the
He
end
had
of the
the
game.
ball.
This time,
And
Mahomes was not going to get it unless they
Right.
went to overtime, and Harbaugh was not going to let us go to overtime. He would rather lose by a point than give the ball back to us and let Mahomes walk down, because we would have won the game in overtime.
yes,
They
you're
wouldn't
right.
have stopped us. Mahomes is too good.
Yeah.
But at that point, Lamar was too good. He took
He is
them
a scrambler.
1 inch, and
scrambler.
they probably go for two and maybe win the
He's
game.
so-
So we're lucky to
so
be
lucky.
1-0.
Toe. One goes toe.
Well, it depends on which toe.
How long?
Which toe are we talking about?
Big
Oh.
toe.
Which toe are we talking about?
Big toe, but is a big toe like an
Well-
inch or
well,
no
we're-
No, it's
inches?
the shoe.
or-
Well,
It's
we're
the
talking
shoe.
about the toe of a shoe, but if we talk about actual toes,
It matters. It's like you go over the line.
Yeah.
It's
With-
do you all
done.
care about when you look at men's toes? Does it matter to you? Like, is that a
Yes.
thing? Like,
Oh,
if they're not groomed or they're
Okay.
ugly and nappy?
Such a thing.
Yeah, men's feet
Yeah,
size.
cool. I
Like,
mean, they have
if
to
a
be.
Men's
man-
feet size or toe size?
well, okay, if a guy said, "Hey, I wear a size 7,"
You're
I
out.
would- I
You're
would-
out.
No,
You might
no.
not date him.
No,
You're out.
But I mean, I might think, God, that's my shoe size.
know.
Like, I'm
That's
gonna
pretty
make it a man.
small.
We're gonna.
Maybe
Well,
we're
you
gonna
can
make-
share shoes.
You're going to make some assumptions.
He could wear your
I
shoes.
believe you might.
He could wear your Skechers. What is
I
that
would-
assumption going to be, Jen?
What if he showed up with his
Well,
feet?
What
down
might-
like a Japanese
small
woman?
shoes, small appendages. You know.
Appendages. Okay. I missed that comment. I didn't hear it over there.
Now, I do have it on some good report from some other ladies other than myself that you can't assume that like a feet size and a hand size associates to
Really?
Appendage.
Oh.
a gentleman size.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Is that the same for different races?
I don't know. I've
No,
I
never really done
never thought you all would be that quiet.
like, okay, what do you mean?
Like, does it? You say it doesn't matter the shoe size or the hand size or the foot size. Does that also apply to different races? Are we all equal in the eyes of God?
Say that we're racist daters?
No, no,
No,
no.
no, no. I'm saying the size. Does the race
But
matter
who
in the
is this
size?
member? I don't think we know.
No, but obviously there.
Because we all know the
we're not
myths out there.
Stupid. There are
Certain
there
races
are
that are
stereotypes.
noted.
There's just stereotypes for different folks of ethnic background. I mean, like, and they're
But
out
is it a
there.
stereotype? Because
Well,
the foot thing is a
the-
stereotype, right?
Well,
it's also
yeah, but
actually
we-
noses. Really is.
Oh, the nose is the key?
Yeah,
How
yeah,
come
it's a nose.
so
It's
all
really-
Jewish people are? Well,
No, no. I dated a Jewish person when I was,
how do you know
you
that?
know. But we
So
never like.
read.
Oh, you
actually
read. What are you
dated.
reading?
I read.
What do we read? Where can we get this information?
Or a Roman or a
A Greco goddess of
yeah,
some
like
kind.
they're well hung.
That's the I think it's more.
Well,
the
we're going to
nose.
move on from that
Actually, I mean,
piece
yeah,
of
let's,
information, but
yeah.
but I do want to go back to the toes and the feet because what do you all like? I really pay attention to hands and feet.
Well, I
of
think
women,
being
and if
groomed,
they're-
like well groomed is important to me. I don't know
What does
about you
groomed mean to
guys.
you? Just
Just
trimmed,
like, yeah, not
not like they're biting them every day.
oh,
And,
no.
or are you talking about
because
toes?
my nails, but I'm talking about like toes.
you
and
want your
nails, like,
man-
they need to be groomed.
You want your
like,
man to go get a
good ones.
pedicure. You would be good with him getting a pedicure.
Since ever had a pedicure, but he
Would you?
his-
Would he go for it? You think?
uh,
Would you want him to do it? Would you rub his feet if he went and got a pedicure?
of course I would.
You
We
would? Well,
do
that's
it.
nice.
on
Or
my
would you
Saturday.
rub him if he didn't? What if he was digging around in the yard like it's all crusty?
I would
and there's
do it
dirt in the
then.
nails?
What
Rubbing your
Emma
feet.
do.
Well, we're not
Any
talking
feet
about my
rub.
feet at this point, but thank
That's
you.
exactly what your feet. have.
Why do we have to go there, Dana? Why do we have to go there?
But you're the one bringing up these dumbass questions. I mean,
Are they dumbass questions? I think they're very poignant. People want to learn about them. People want to hear women's.
If I really
thought.
thought a dude thought that if I keep my feet all pretty and groomed and soft and nails trimmed and whatever, of course any woman would prefer that.
That
That
is
isn't
true.
100%.
You don't think there's a woman that want dirty toenails?
No,
No, but it's a
But
lot.
my question was not whether you prefer it or not. Is do you pay attention? Like, does it matter?
Rubbed a man's feet?
No, like,
zero.
let's talk about like if you're meeting a guy for the first time and he's got flip flops on. Let's say, are you paying attention to those
I
feet?
wouldn't pay attention, but it'd be a glance and it would be like boom.
Like,
Yeah,
if they're dirty, you're out.
being
a
it.
decision.
Like immediately, if I looked and the dude had some like crusty toes, and
Yeah. Let's say a fireman comes up to you at the bar tomorrow night
Okay.
and he's got flip flops on, and you're really think he's hot. He looks great, but you've not seen his feet yet. Then all of a sudden, you look down at his flip flops, and there's a little really weird toenail or whatnot. Are you moving on, or is it that important, or is the face and the uniform more important?
Okay, where am I in my
Oh, this is like second day.
Yeah.
The first time you've seen his
All of a
feet,
sudden he decides to wear.
but you're
flip-flops
attracted to
the
him
day.
without seeing his feet.
You
But
see
then
his
his
feet.
feet all of a sudden are
They're
gnawed,
hobbit
crusty like hobbits.
Hobbits. Hobbit.
Are you?
Has she had sex with him or not?
No, no, no.
Fingers
No.
Okay.
You've not had sex. You've not rubbed his feet. It's just been second date.
If I saw some hobbit feet,
They're like hobbit hairy. They're hairy. They're like maybe some toe jam and some yellow and weird stuff going on.
I think anybody would say no.
Are you saying no to the whole package then? Because you're attracted to this environment. Or do you just get it? That's a good point.
In the pants.
Well, that's a
Like,
different package that we're talking
look
about.
over the toes, like I'm pretending that I don't see it.
So you can overlook the toes and just say, wear some socks next time.
Oh, you
Or
do you-
I would, of course, I'm married, but I would be like, hey, let's go have sex and I'm gonna buy you a pedicure. You definitely.
After or before? Before or after?
After.
no.
Oh, so you're going to go ahead with it
Sure.
and then get a pedicure.
Yeah, and I would
But
say.
do you think he's going to
because
keep it up
damn,
going on? But then like
No,
next
no.
week, it's going to go right back to where it was, isn't it?
I think so. I
No?
think if somebody knows that it's
Okay,
important to
maybe so.
somebody, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good.
I know.
I can dig it.
might get the ick.
I've
I
never
might
had.
get the ick.
I've never had that weird.
If I look at weird toes, I mean, I'm dialing down.
The energy's getting lower.
Oh, it's the energy vampires coming out.
What did you say last night when you came in talking about Pat? You're like, I wish I felt more.
Hot or
No,
it was
no.
something
I
about
wish I felt more.
tingling.
What's the word you
I thought it was
Tingly.
tingly down
warm.
there.
It wasn't warm. I don't know.
Moist.
But it was a good no. But essentially, that's what she was trying to say, but not without using that word.
Yeah.
Without
Anyway.
the word moist.
Yeah, dirty, gross toes. Immediate turn off.
You're out
I'm
on
out.
the
out.
on the yeah,
I'm done.
I get you. What about painted toes or painted nails? Guys are doing that now.
Really?
Have you all not seen this?
If they were good toes and it was like black or steel gray or like kind of a man.
Oh, I'm
Nice.
looking in your
Very
eyes and you're saying you like the black painted. She likes the black painted toes.
I wouldn't
One of her fire
Andy, I would not shun it.
one of her fireman
She
friends
wouldn't
has
take
black
them on a bed
toes. I
for
can
you. Crackers.
black
Weird.
one of her fireman friends has black painted toes, I can tell. I can So anyway, yeah, so today or yesterday we went to the game. It was amazing. Today we went to the best Mexican restaurant in the Midwest, Ponax. Shout out Ponax and their Sonoran tacos and their margarita pitchers. We may have had
No mixer.
one or two.
No mixer. All booze.
All well, that's pretty much that's Dana right there. So she knows what she's talking about. But I mean, one of the reasons why Beth and I keep coming back to Kansas City on a regular basis is because of the people. The people are amazing. You're going to get to meet a young man later in this podcast. That's Jen's son, who's great. But the people of Kansas City are part of the big reason why I love it. That's why I loved Arrowhead. It wasn't just the game, it was the people. And three of the best people are right here with me. And, one of them, Dana, had a really tough time this past couple of weeks. And, she's, we've been, hopefully giving her a little support, giving her a few laughs the last couple of days. And we hung out last night. She literally, and I'll let you talk about this, Dan, in a second, but your strength has been really amazing to see because of what as you've gone through, and then you're just jumping right back in, and to see all the support that you get. I just want to give you a chance to talk about your best friend Mike, who you lost this week, and what he meant to you, and what the people of like Kansas City and your friends mean to you.
Yeah. I don't think you ever understand how you kind of get a friend. Like, kind of, you don't know, one day you meet a person, they're cool or whatever, but somehow, some way down the road, you're like, wow, that's my friend. And it may happen in a week, and it may happen in a month, and it may happen in a year. And then one day you've been friends with somebody for 26, 25, 26 years. And that's a lot of stories. That's a lot of fun. And that's a lot of
memories,
conversations, and things that you have. And I think if I could tell anybody this, my friend who died this week, we were friends for 26 years. And he was gay. I was not. I was his best, unpolitically correct, but fag hag. I was his
Gay wife.
Yeah, I was his fun friend. And we like to do a lot of the same things. It was getting dressed up. It was getting to go to a great restaurant. It was going to theater stuff. It was things that a lot of people may say, he was definitely a manly man. No one would ever look at him and think immediately he was gay. A lot of people like to judge things, but a lot of people thought that we were a couple. That they would think that we would be together. But I hope if I could tell anybody this, that if you get a person in your life who understands you, that you have a great time with, that's lucky. Because a lot of people don't. And a lot of people can't connect people. And, the people that are sitting around this table today that are trying to help me process this is very important, because we all are going to face it.
Yep.
And so, one day you just better be blessed that you have friends and people that understand you, and some fun and enjoyment in life. And my friend Mike and I had great times, great fun. He was a wonderful person to love food. He loved to go to great places. He was very mean and snarky, and he loved to talk shit on people. And, he definitely had a critique for me. I would show up to the car and he'd be like, "You're seriously wearing that? That's what you're gonna..." But at the end, I knew he enjoyed, our friendship. And I know a lot of people don't understand kind of what I'm saying, that, a gay man and a straight woman could have friends, but we really were. And, in this situation, he basically died in less than 30 days. And I'm very, very glad, because my joke is he died fast and hard. I was telling that to somebody, and then I'm like, God, that sounds dirty. But
It would be what he would
he
appreciate.
would laugh and appreciate. And he
He'd
died.
appreciate the joke.
He appreciated the
Dirty.
joke. Yeah. I died fast and hard.
Yeah.
Because you either die slow or you either die fast, and there's nothing in the middle. And that's what life's about. And then when another person's, besties are gone, you have to rely on the other people in your life who are besties to you. And I couldn't be luckier. So I'll leave it with that.
I appreciate you
Mhm.
saying that and taking. It's not easy, I'm sure, for you to present that, public forum, and but
Anna spoke at his
you
wedding,
are.
or, sorry, his funeral.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
And I wasn't there, but Jen was there and said you did a beautiful, beautiful job. And you are so well spoken, Dana. You didn't say
Yeah.
one or anything. You just
Right.
clear, and you so are saying you're feeling so beautifully. It's really,
I agree.
really amazing.
And during the service, you were the same way. I kind of felt like you've done so many speaking events. So you were a little bit in event planning mode, but in a good way. Like I feel like you've had a really good balance of being emotional and yet being there to honor your best friend and his parents. And
Mhm.
Yeah.
everybody's been asking me, how's Dana? And I'm like, oh no, she's like she's doing really amazingly great.
Mhm.
Well, I think if I could say anything, because if you know it's your last chance to say something
Mm-hmm.
important
Yeah.
about somebody that you love,
Yeah.
you better get your shit together.
You make it good.
And
And you did.
I would echo that and say, why not every day? Because every day could be
True.
that day.
Every day
Why
is a
aren't
gift.
Why aren't we all just doing that every
Yeah.
day?
So
Honestly.
No.
yeah,
And,
I love all of you.
so that yeah,
and so this is what I want this podcast to be about. I want it to be, just a few minutes ago we were laughing about probably something dirty or a dirty comment we made, and we were just cracking up. But then that's the realness of life, the realness of people, and Dana is a perfect example of that, where she's laughing and cracking up at some of the jokes that we're making or some of the jokes that she's making, but then life is a real thing, and so it hit her really hard.
She's had,
And we're all with you, Dana, and
Thank
support
you.
you and love you so much. You're a really amazing person. in my opinion.
friend Rick, who helped kind of. I said, because they said we could just, pay some rent a reverend guy like to come speak at Mike's thing, and I'm like, that's not
No.
what he'd be about. No.
mm-mm.
And I said, I sat there and thought, and then
Sure.
another professional friend who'd known him as just as long. And I said, let me get out of the room to his parents and call. And I said, do you think I use the word MC. Do you think you can basically MC Mike's service? Like, say a prayer, say a thought, repeat a poem, whatever.
Mhm.
And he goes, well, I mean, I could, but he said, do his parents want that? And I said, what his parents want is somebody who knows him, loves him, and cares about him.
Mhm.
So that's what this is about.
Yeah.
And he said, I would be more than honored. And
Cool.
at the end of it, he's like, I would do it to help you.
Yeah.
To help you
Mhm.
get with this.
Yeah.
And a friendship is sometimes, I think, mostly it should be a two-way street. We all know that. Like, you give me, I give you.
Sure.
And sometimes somebody has to give more.
Mhm.
Like you got to take the one-way street all the time. And then when you're better, I'll give you the one-way back. But a friend shouldn't add it up. Friend shouldn't say,
No.
like
It shouldn't be conditional.
it shouldn't have. It should. But anyway, I'll leave it at that.
Well, thank you for sharing that, Dana. I didn't know Mike. I think I met him one time at New Year's Eve,
Yes.
We had a
you
fun
did.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, was it the is that what the
Yeah.
place is called? And they play the guy was playing the live music here in was it Kansas
Yeah.
City or
That guy would never learn Scrat Love.
well that's where we should go. Muskrat Love. Can you sing it for me? How's it go?
Funeral. I was
You
like,
did?
Did not.
yes, we did.
At Mike's funeral, you played Muskrat Love?
Playlist, but it was always one of our favorites.
That is awesome. How does it go? Do you I don't I gotta
Muskrat Susie, Muskrat Sam,
sing it, everybody.
singing jitterbug and a muskrat. I mean, and this
I don't
guy,
know.
yeah,
You know,
but
I
back
don't-
in the day,
I know the
this
song
guy
like that.
was like, I'm not learning that, and I'm like, do I need to buy the sheet music so that you can learn?
Do you need the chords? Can I help you?
It's Captain and T.
Oh, who?
That's
Well, probably.
put that in the podcast.
Am I going to tag them? We're going to tag them. Does anybody really know who Captain Tennille is other than us?
Captain and Sam.
I mean, we do, but we're old. We're all right. Old people.
It was on his playlist. And
Muskrat
then-
Love.
Yeah, but Mike would get drunk.
Love will keep us together.
Love
Yeah,
will keep
we would be.
I know that one. Love will keep us together.
Oh,
Ba, 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 ba.
not even close.
That's not even close. Love will keep. That's what I just sang. That's what I just sang. And even bad weather. Everybody's singing a song. We're all dumb. Singing it, burning it. Don't we got it? Stop. 'Cause I really love you. Stop.
I've been thinking of you.
Look in my heart and it's love.
Keep us together.
Wow, you all are good.
Forever.
Bow, now, now, now.
I will.
Keep it going. All right.
But no, I demanded that guy play Muskrat Love. So did Mike, and we almost got banned and thrown out for they were like, "We're not gonna play it. Get out." And then I'm like, "Do I need to buy you the sheet music? I mean, learn to play it. It's like a popular song."
I mean, he's a piano player at a
Yes,
bar that he's playing live music for people. He should know every song. He
I
should
think-
know that song.
But
And
they
you all
were-
wasn't he?
when we
Weren't
were
you all
there,
kind of regulars?
you guys, they were like serving drinks, da da da. You're talking about
They're singing while they're working.
Oh,
the
yeah.
bartender.
like that was a lot.
I mean, they probably would have got a good tip if you would have learned that song
Yeah.
from you guys,
and if it
But-
wasn't,
so it became
or you give them the whole thing.
and they'd be like, "We don't know it," and I'm like, "This is getting old."
I've had enough. I've had enough of your negativity over here.
Hey, learn to play my.
I'm finding another bar.
So, just as a joke, at the end, that was my first pick song for Mike.
Oh, I love it.
So,
Love it. That's awesome.
They're so meaningful.
That's awesome. Well,
I had
those
a lot
were
of really meaningful songs going on, and apparently none of them went because the shuffle wasn't. They're like, it was the same afterwards.
It's
It was
Fire and
like,
Rain. It's Fire and
No,
Rain.
what a friend.
You got
You've got
you got a friend in me. Like,
Oh my God.
are we
it's
talking the cartoon?
on Spotify, picking out the best things to her. Like, are you kidding me? So I was like, I'm hoping you enjoy something you say, and nobody said a thing for 45 minutes,
No.
And later they're like, it was the same song. Just
It's shuffled over and over.
Shuffle it. Just play
They
it.
forgot to push back.
You've got a friend in me.
Interrupt a funeral to say I'm sorry.
That's
I'm like,
true.
Time out.
Time
Time out. Hold on.
I'm so sorry.
You gotta.
You've got a friend in me. That one? Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I turned it down.
I'll
I was like,
come
this
calling.
song. I think about 40 times.
Did it repeat?
You
Yes,
guys
it
had
repeated.
so many wonderful songs, and I was
It's a
mortified.
30-minute song and it was a 60-minute service. How
And it-
many times do you think it played?
My math says 20.
The math says 20. That's what I'm telling you. It was brutal.
That's a lot of you've got a friend.
And what's crazy is that was, not like she loved James Taylor, but like she
I
really
really
loved.
love James Taylor. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but she
Not that much.
yeah, she loved Yesterday was really her favorite song by the Beatles. Like we had that, and we had Wind Beneath My Wings, which I sang to her, and I got a tear. You know, I mean, there were so many other great songs. I'm like, what? Oh. Anyway, I'm like, when you're
Well, I
up
think
there,
that's a
you
good.
don't hear it. You don't
Jen, you're
know.
a great singer, so I think maybe we can segue into one of my favorite moments in Kansas City when you sang
Oh, am I crazy?
karaoke at one of our best friends, Tony's house.
Oh,
Uh, and you sang, I think it was Crazy. Can you
it
give
was
us a few
crazy.
bars?
Crazy.
Yeah.
I'm crazy for feeling so lonely.
Yes.
I'm crazy. Crazy for feeling so blue.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
it.
And if you were there on that day that the Chiefs lost the Super Bowl when she sang that song, and it was moments later that I think you told one of our friends to shut the F up.
Oh,
Um,
I hate
We
that.
won't
and
go there.
it was fun
let's
for you.
not.
It was fun for me, but it happens. And we had a little poop emoji, purple cucumber,
Well, what came out of
It's an
it was,
eggplant.
yeah,
Sorry, not
Yeah,
purple
eggplant.
cucumber. It's an
yeah,
eggplant.
eggplant and
The poop emoji, eggplant. You all can imagine that in your head. Yep. There you go. There's Dana. Dana will explain it to
you
you.
can see the emojis now. That emoji
But
and an eggplant.
But your
is what we-
karaokeing was great that night. I'm just going to give you that. It was amazing.
Oh,
And it was great today. It was great on this.
thank you.
So that was an amazing time. We have a ton of amazing times. We've been to the lake together. We've been everywhere together. Um, Beth, do you have anything you want to talk about your time in Kansas City? How you met these people? How did you meet like Dana and Jen? Because you all are all in. I'm just going to
So
put this point. You all are all in senior living. So people, you might listen to us and think this is a bunch of crazy people. But you know what? These are
Responsible and
these people.
achieved women's, and we are very important.
That's what it sounds like. And they are, but for real, they are taking care of, our elderly. And that's what it
Yes.
comes down to.
traumatic brain injury.
Yeah.
And beyond that, obviously.
Next individuals. If that happens to your family, you want people like us in charge.
Yes,
That's right.
the people that are doing podcasts on a Friday night. You absolutely want that. But how did you like, so Beth and I are married, if you didn't know that already.
Your lady
And I
friend.
met her in Kentucky, but she brought me to meet these amazing people in Kansas City. Like, talk about how you met all these amazing Kansas City people and when you moved here.
Okay. Well, I'll just go to when I had heard about the three blondes. The three blondes were one gal and then Jen,
Wish we were on video.
Dana. And you'll all see this at some point, but I was working in the senior living industry. These gals were all working in the healthcare industry, and there would be Jen and I then ended up working together for the same company. I had heard about this Jennifer, and I was like probably intimidated.
What?
Yeah, I mean,
No.
I was just, I was just like, well, whatever. I'm not going to be a part of that little three blonde group. This was also with another person named David and then a person named Lisa, the
All
whole
right.
thing.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
anyway, long story short, Jen and I ended up working for the same company. We ended up going to some happy hours, some work events together, and I just like instantly fell in friend love with this person who was just giving and loving and nice and just we talked shop all the time. We talked relationships, we talked everything, and we could just be as real as you could possibly be. And Jen was the first person I met in a long time who I could tell anything to, and she was not shocked. She was just sort of like, I get it, I have been there, and I was like, whoa. So I slowly became ingratiated then and with her other friends, which were Dana and a couple of other gals, and they invited me into their book club. which was a big,
Ah.
big honor. And
Fancy.
it was super fancy. And they would
Was this pre-digital days? Like pre-digital books?
we were reading real books.
Yeah,
Like you had to read an actual physical book?
Yes, we read books.
Okay.
And so it was a very
Lovely.
intense, but also very fun book club. We would meet at each other's homes and we would have wonderful meals and wine and girl time. And anyway, so they kind of like adopted me as into their little world. And I was very grateful for that. So yeah.
Cool.
And it's just kind of
That's cute.
grown and blossomed.
So,
super cute. Like she isn't talking about how we went to golf. And
oh,
I literally like
didn't you fall in a river or
and
something?
I like on the second or third hole, right?
Yep. Did it play?
I literally like jumped over
A
the
creek.
creek.
Or you
and
tried?
My foot, like it was nothing. It just left me, and I was on my back in this
In the
creek.
creek.
She's like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, just help me," And so she's giving me a club to get up. Well, I had my club, but it was all jacked up.
You didn't drop your club?
And I'm sure I had it there, but I mean, it was a really muddy creek.
She was
And
Was she
so
covered in water and mud?
yeah,
back
my
was
whole
just black,
back,
just black.
and my feet, and she kind of helped me out, and we get up there, and I'm like, we're finishing the hole. She's like, "So, what are we gonna do?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "Oh man, you're not gonna keep playing, are you?" I'm like, "Well, yeah."
I don't care if I'm wet and dirty.
I was like, what?
Oh,
What a champ.
What a
my-
chance.
What?
Yeah.
What tournament was it?
We
It
just wanted to
wasn't.
play
We
golf
Just a
went
regular
to
round?
play 9 holes.
Yeah.
after work.
And there's like this little creek, and then the hole is up above, and so you just think you can jump up
Over the
there.
creek like it's
I
nothing.
was almost in the creek, and I was on this little. It was like, oh, good luck, right? Like
What course was it?
Eagles Landing, where Jay, is the pro.
Here in Kansas
And
City?
so yeah. And so I hit it up it was a great little shot, and I think I'm just gonna hop up there. And the
Not so
ground
much?
did not let me do it, and I am literally all of a
The
sudden
ground
like,
gave out
on
underneath
my
her and
back.
and she's lying in the creek on her back. And it's just straight up pond. It was the green pond.
Algae.
Scum.
Oh yeah,
Algae.
all
Pond
of that.
Pond
And-
scum.
Oh.
The worst
Oh.
part, like, oh yeah, like the back of my
Did her hair.
the whole back,
No.
and yeah, and my shoes. And Beth's like, "What are we gonna do?" And I'm like,
We're gonna
we're gonna
finish.
keep going."
And we're all on
She's
like third
"Are
hole.
you like
What?
your hair and stuff?" I'm like, "I'm fine." The only problem is my feet. Like this is ugh. And so we it's off on the way to the next hole or waiting for them. And I just squeegee out my socks, and I put them in, and I just wear
You
my
went
shoes.
barefoot?
No, I wear.
Oh, you wore
my
your shoes on your bare feet? Without socks?
Yeah. But she's like, "Oh my God, you are such a trooper." And I'm like, "What? We're having fun. This is like vacation." And,
Oh.
That was the most amazing thing I'd seen a woman do. I mean, and she just laughed it off and just was like, I got this.
And you're like, man, I guess it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I gotta call you.
That's when you know you got a good friend. All right. Yeah. That's right
to
there.
be out there doing what I want to do, and with a friend that wants to do it with me. It was great. It's just like our Chiefs games. I mean, like we love all this stuff. It's just great to share it with each other.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
That's
fun.
cool.
Oh my God. I never knew that story.
Dana, do you play golf?
Do not play golf.
You do not. Do you play putt putt? How about top golf?
No, I could I can ride around on a cart and drink booze. I mean,
You got that going for you?
She could do the drink part.
I could be
could
the cart
serve.
girl.
Oh,
Yes.
I could be like the
So-
Excellent.
So I love that you said cart girl, because like guys and girls and cart girls, and this is the thing. What do you all think about like cart girls? Are you all against it, for it? Like wear skimpy clothes, or like
For it. I mean, we need
100%. Make your money, girl.
What?
Get those dumb.
they're like
dicks.
21
Get
years
some
old?
money. Get some money.
Are you okay with the? Let's just say you have a man friend that might be a fireman or not, and he's playing golf, and there's these two girls in a cart that have like skimpy clothes on, and he's
they're selling us drink.
supremely flirting with them. Is that, you're okay with that?
I guess that he's not your man. That he
Oh,
doesn't-
so that he's not your man.
yeah. I mean,
So you're not okay with it.
no. I'm 100%.
I thought they were just serving us
'Cause
drink.
it's about it's about his character, not mine.
No, I'm not talking about your character. I'm talking about, are you okay with your man acting like that around her girls on a golf course?
Well, I think just what I said. Then he's not that interested in me as a guy who would be that.
So you're not
interested.
okay with it?
No, I'm 100% okay. If that girl wants to show her twee and
No,
like,
I'm talking about
you
your
know,
man. Are you okay with your man doing that?
then
Not the
he's-
cart
then
girl.
Then he's not my man.
There you go. That's what I was trying to get
Yes,
at.
then he's not my man.
Then
He is just on to the next deal. He's gonna better deal me, and he's always gonna find somebody else available.
because I play in all
cuter.
these tournaments and I see all these guys that are married and they like flock to the cart girls,
Really?
and it's like,
Only
they're-
because
but
have
they're
Right,
less than
right.
half their age,
Oh,
and they're
that's
getting
not-
shots and buying the cart girls shots and doing shots with them. Are any of you all okay with that?
No.
I wouldn't be if like my wife was doing that, Beth was doing that, and it was a hot guy.
At the end of it, it's the intent. The intent is
Well, their intent, they think, is like, hey, we're just gonna have fun, and it's a cute girl we're flirting with. But are you okay with it? Because it happens a lot.
well. Then I better have a little better trust level with who's going to be my man. And I mean,
What about you, babe, Beth?
do I don't think that
I don't do this, Beth, by the way. I do not do this. But you would not like it if I was like flirting with a 22-year-old cart girl on a golf course. And she's flirting back and like, let's do a fireball together.
Yeah, no. But
That's isn't that like,
but I
isn't that like,
think
it's fair or foul? Is it fair or foul? I think it's foul.
I it's tough.
You're all torn.
No, because it's all about at the end of the day, it's about trust, ultimate trust. And
Okay.
okay,
well,
if I'm with these three girls, and let's just say we're out in New Orleans, and we're out at a, let's say a fun
maybe we're
speakeasy.
maybe we're recreating a story that may have happened or may have not happened. I mean,
Maybe, maybe not.
Beth and I had plenty of chances in New Orleans. I mean, we were like
Oh, did
making
you?
out. Sure.
Okay.
But we
Keep going.
didn't.
No.
I mean, because we were just there to have our fun and friendship.
Or
know?
or you love your husbands.
We
Is that
do
the
love
thing?
our husbands, and yeah, no.
no.
So keep
but
going.
All I'm saying is, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about if there's, let's say, three women and you're out and you walk into a place where, say, it's burlesque or it's a whatever, and there's something that's intentionally trying to be sexy. Those girls are intentionally trying to be that cutesy.
They want to
little-
make a tip.
Of course.
they're working it.
So-
and men are stupid.
Okay,
Stupid.
but what I'm saying is, if the three of us were out and we're gonna be out screaming, let's say it's a really cool drag show, we'd be just going nuts, right, and having a great old time. It doesn't mean anything is going to happen. It just means that. So I think men get caught up, and I think girls can get caught up in like this too. But men get caught up. They're all kind of being machismo, and who's going to be the bigger, like, douchey McDouchebag there, and and then everyone, you know what I mean? Like,
Douchey
I
McDouchebag.
love that. douchey make.
That's gonna
And
be.
you can't get dickmatized. I'm just gonna tell you guys. It happens. I'm here to report the news.
No, that's a different conversation. That's not a guy going up to a cart girl.
But it's the same thing as men getting mesmerized by
Boobmatized.
young, beautiful, vibrant women.
Yeah. That are out for a tip.
Reality to it.
No.
Reality.
It's like a strip club.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They ain't going home with this girl.
That's what I'm saying.
And
It's just that they know what they're doing. They're not putting their kind of challenged employee.
no, it's
out
not
by
like
the
they want a
car.
relationship. Like, hey, I want to date you, 47-year-old dude.
But those girls understand that there is sex
I'm
appeal.
here to be a fantasy. I'm here to be
Yeah.
I'm different than your wife.
uncomplicated.
I'm
This sounds like the next podcast.
the fun girl.
I'm the fun girl.
This sounds like our next podcast topic. I'm going to tease that because that's
Okay.
a great. We could probably spend a half an hour talking about that kind of thing.
Well, let me ask you this question. Just
Me?
Yeah, Andy.
Okay.
Just before we end this topic, let's just say it was an all women's golf tournament.
Okay.
And what if the cart people were cart guys and they were dudes?
I already said this. I would not like it.
I know, but I mean, but would you trust me to?
Yes, I'm trusting you, but doesn't mean I have to like it.
Okay, but that's the point.
That's
But
two different things.
So
That's
need
two
to know
different
that
things.
She's not gonna go. Too. Like she
Honestly, though,
for her girlfriends.
honestly, I don't care if she does that anyway because I do trust her. It doesn't. I do trust her, so
Not even come into our brains. Honestly.
Well,
Would it?
But I mean, but what Dana was saying.
yeah,
No,
it would. If
it
they
would
were
not.
if they
It
were
would not.
Chippendales, it would.
We'd be like, oh
Well,
my god, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
if
tip
they're
you extra.
Chippendales,
No, we're just gonna
those
tip
are
them.
there are golf
We're gonna
tournaments where
give
women
them-
play, and Chippendales are in the
Trust me, we're
serving
just
drink-
going to
drinks.
Tip them extra. It would
would
never come into like, oh, that's 2 shots right here. We are not.
Well, I don't know. I can see Dana probably offering somebody a shot. just to say,
100%.
I can't do it.
But she's not a
Hold on.
golfer. Like,
No,
I have to say, like, if we are out golfing, like,
But
okay.
would we find it sexist or or would we just say it's fun and then it's whatever? I'm not. I mean,
Would
how
you-
feminist are we here about this? Because
We're not.
I'd be
But-
sweetie, take your shirt off 100% of the time. I mean,
Let me see your thong.
no, yeah. Take this.
Of course she would.
No.
Of course she
I've
would.
never.
I want to see
Right.
those short shorts, baby. Let's do it.
if
Do
you
it.
my.
Of course I would.
If it was
And then he'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm being objectified." And I'd be like, "You don't
Oh,
either." And
No man's gonna say that.
I'd slap him on the ass or cross a face and say,
Quit
"Get
saying
to
it.
it. Get to it." And he'd be like, yes, ma'am.
get on your
Yes,
knees.
ma'am.
that was
Thank you.
Sarah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right, we're gonna pause for a second. I'm gonna go pee because these girls are making me laugh. So we're gonna pause for a few seconds.